Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly.
Halt.
Jacques,
Halt.
what's up, y'all? What's good? Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Hello to you. We hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful snowy day here in Nashville. It's pretty cold here. I'm not sure where everyone else is. I know it's going to be a big weather front. It's just starting to happen right now. Even watching this Jags game, it's been raining there as well. It's cold. So, hey, folks, what's good? What's good, man? What
Yeah,
is good?
I think it's cold around the whole country, bro. It's just not here. It's cold everywhere, man. Nashville's scheduled to have 1 degrees, I think, in the next couple of days or tomorrow. So now it's a cold front everywhere, but we're gonna give 10 people time to pile on in the room. You know what I mean? Little Toya P was the first one. Just good evening, everyone.
Latoya P.
Tyler L, what up, bro? Ed
What up?
Champ in the building. Jeremy Squire,
good?
yes, sir. Manny Z, what's tighten up, bro? What about Rob? You know what I mean?
What up?
AZ
Yeah, we
Mick,
ain't getting no help from the Jets. You're right. What
man,
about Rob?
them Jets, man, wasn't gonna do nothing. Zach Wilson's trash. Okay,
Yep.
trash. The brother's trash. AZ Mick, let me see.
AZ Mick.
They still
What's
coming
up,
in
folks?
the room, Hawk. They still coming in the room. Ryan Harris, what up, Bracer? What up,
What
fellas?
up, Ryan? What's
What is
good?
up, brother? What is up?
What's up? Good commentary on Twitter, Ryan.
Yes, sir. Mike Vrabel, what up, bro? Snowing
Mike
everywhere.
Veazey.
Yes, it is. It's kind of odd, man. Yes, it is. Snowing every. I think it's. I got a coworker that lives in Florida. And I think he said it's gonna be 30 degrees in Florida. I'm like, man, this is
Crazy.
eerie stuff, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
eerie, man.
Getting ready for Christmas, literally. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Literally. Because normally, I mean, it gets cold and things in Nashville in December, but not this cold. You know, and snowing now. And normally, late January and February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gino, it's 65 degrees in Orlando. Is that cold or is that typical? Are y'all gonna have? Is the temperature gonna drop some more? Yes, I will be at the game. It's gonna be an interesting game, but I will be there on Thursday night. That's our last home game.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make a spectacle out of it. I'm gonna have a ball. Let me see. Classic Ride Society checking in from the gym. Hey, get your workout on, bro. Get your workout on, bro.
Hey, Mike V. No, I'm not growing my hair, bro. I just hadn't shaved. You know what I'm saying? I just hadn't shaved. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But so that lets you know I'm not all bald. It's just, my hairline's a little off. So I had to, what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to, talk bad about me on the show.
It's all right, bro. What up, Steve Brown?
Steve?
What up?
What's up?
Hey, Tim's dropping next 2 days and back to the normal. Hey, man, I'll take that any day. Big Trust, go ahead. Hey, what up, Ravens? What up, bro?
What up?
Hey, y'all kind of going through the same thing we going through. I follow y'all. I follow a lot of Ravens content on Twitter, man, and I hear the same complaints. Offensive coordinator and wide receivers. Coordinator and wide receivers. I'm like, man, I understand you guys' pain. Trust me.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it.
That's right. That's right. So y'all, we want to again welcome you all. We appreciate you all, joining the show, man, on this day. So as you all know, we got the Houston Texans coming to town here in Nashville. We got 64 degrees in Gainesville, Scooter Kelly, 75 in Honolulu. Okay, all right.
Oh yeah, Honolulu, man. Hey, wearing the jacket.
Hawaii.
Hey, man. 64 in Gainesville, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So we want to talk about the Texans for sure, man. And as you all know, this win for us, or this game, is going to be extremely important for us to make the playoffs. Jacksonville's handling their business. So after this game, they're going to be 7-8. So they've been winning football games. And so they are nipping at our heels. And right now, they've already beaten us. And talent-wise, they might be probably a better football team at this point than we are, just being honest. But we still have the control of our destiny, especially we beat the Houston Texans. Now, going into this game, Jacques, Houston has been fighting the last few games. They played the Chiefs last week, 30-24, man. They went to overtime against the Kansas City Chiefs with a banged-up Houston team. So they fought. And same with the Dallas Cowboys the week prior, in the Battle of Texas, 27-23. So Houston has been fighting, as Malik Willis has been talking about as well, too. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into our conversation about these Texans, Jacques. So, bro, we've played them already. I know you've done your research. We know we got a lot of changes going on this week. So give us reasons, man, on this game as to how we can beat the Houston Texans.
Okay, so one reason again, the Texans I think have the worst run defense in the league, or one of the worst run defenses in the league, which is being 30th, right? And you should 32nd, excuse me, 32nd. They're last. Worst run defense. With the weather, because guys, the weather is going to be terrible on Saturday, okay? Yeah. And I'm going to try to make it to the game, quote unquote, try. With that being said, take advantage. It's not rocket science, right? It's not rocket science. It's what's the term KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? Yeah. Run the ball. We know of late the Titans have been kind of off their square with running the ball. We know he had some things transpire in that game Sunday when Derek was pulled out of the game, didn't run on 3rd and 2. But with you have this 32nd ranked defense, run the damn ball, okay? Run it with Malik, run it with Derek. Hell, even throw Chestnut or whoever, Haskins, whoever's in there. But get a scheme where you can establish the run, because what's going to happen with the weather, the pass is going to be kind of difficult, right? Especially with it being so cold. You can still pass the ball, but if you've ever played football in the cold weather and try to catch a cold football, man, it is not fun, okay? It is not fun at all, okay? That stuff hurts, all right? And then, again, people will get tired of hitting Derrick Henry. People will get tired of hitting Malik Willis, because Malik is a stocky dude. He's short, but he's stocky as hell, right? So you want to establish the run and get physical with them early. And if you do that and you stay on top of them offensively, it'll open up some lanes for passing, right? Not saying Malik can't do it. We'll talk about it. I know we're going to definitely get into him. But literally, like Alex Mann said, like it's like catching a brick. It is. It is like literally catching a brick. So on offense, run the ball. Now, we know we have some offensive line issues. We do. We will get into that later too. But try to establish the run. Key word, like I said, try. On the defensive side of the ball, pass rush. You got to get to David Mills, and what's the other quarterback name, Hulk?
Davis Mills and Jeff Driscoll.
Yes, both of them. They've been rotating them. I've noticed that. Drake come in for like 2 or 3 plays, then David Mills are coming through with 2 or 3 plays. With that being said, Larry Tunsil just made the Pro Bowl. Okay, that's fine. But if you get Danico Autry back, we got to get pressure on these quarterbacks, because that's what's been killing us for the past couple of weeks. We haven't been able to get pressure on the quarterbacks. Now, we did it Sunday against Justin Herbert, and we played them damn good. So if you can get the pressure and get to them early and get them rattled, we can keep this a low-scoring game. So just keep it simple, stupid. Those are my 2 reasons the way we can win this game. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper. So I think, man, of course, running the ball, again, you look at the stats as far as where the Titans are and where the Texans are. You currently see, again, their rush defense is poor. And I think more than anything, we should be able to run just like we did the first game. And what's so crazy is Derrick Henry has run, I want to say 150 to 200 yards 4 games in a row against the Texans, okay? So it'll still be there. That's not changing. That's still going to be there. And in that regard, too, when you think about it, man, Houston they have a lot of injuries as well on defense, and we should take advantage of that. And I actually think in the cold weather, it's actually going to work well for the cold weather, because running is easier when it's cold outside, at least from players trying to tackle you, okay? Holding the balls, that's a different story. So we have to secure the ball. Late Derrick Henry's been kind of coughing the ball up a little bit the last few games. So hold on to football, and make those things happen. And as I mentioned in previous shows, with Malik Willis being on the field, it actually makes Derrick Henry running the ball a lot easier, because you have to respect Malik Willis running the ball. Now, we said in our previous show that we stated that Malik Willis should start for the rest of the season. And, that was before we knew Ryan Tannehill was out for the season. So Malik Willis is going to be out there. But I think Houston's going to try to play us like they did the first game. They're going to try to stack the box. I think Malik Willis will have an opportunity on play action to make things happen, whether it be on a bootleg, going around. There's going to be open space because they're going to shift to Derrick Henry. So not only do I think Derrick Henry can have a hell of a game running, I actually think as well from a play action standpoint, it's going to be open for Malik Willis. So I think those things are going to be very important. I think secondly, when you look at the Houston Texans, you look again, looking for our defense, We're the number 2 rush defense in the league. Number 2, dude. And we're last in pass defense. So Houston, when you look at their passing offense at 26, they're not going to pass the ball. They're terrible in offense. So I think with our rush defense, the fact that you got, so many injuries, you got, Damian Pierce, who's a hell of a running back, rookie running back, he's out. So they got a running back called Dare Ogunbowale out there. That's going to be their starting running back. They like to rotate Royce Freeman in there that I've seen on tape. Rex Burkhead gets playing time too. I'm not worried about those guys, man. They're literally, in order for them to beat us, they got to pass the ball, and I don't see that being a situation, given the fact that Nico Collins is hurt, Brandon Cooks might not play. So they're going to try to figure something out. I think our defense, the way that we played against the Chargers, if we step up like that, we can make some things happen. So I really think we have a very good opportunity to do well on offense and defense versus the Houston Texans, man.
Facts, no paper.
Yep.
All right. So Titans South, I mean, this is important too. No turnovers, which we had one on Sunday, but hopefully we don't have any more. Let me see. DB 2000 says Henry with 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hey,
man, that's amazing.
I like it. Go throwback, run the triple option. I like it, man. Do something that hasn't been done in a long time, that you have the capable personnel to do it. Do it. Like, do it. C-Dub says, not looking good, fellas. We'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. So let's get into the next segment. How can we lose this game? Give us reasons why we can lose this game.
Well, just like the previous, who said that about the turnovers? Bring that back up real quick.
It's Titans South.
So Titans South, you're right. So for us to lose is going to be about turnovers. And we do have a rookie quarterback, Malik Willis, out there. And we got bad weather out there, okay? So a lot of times, because of, the situations, turnovers can happen in this game on both sides. But the Titans, if we have more turnovers, that's just easy math. More turnovers, more situations you're going to lose. I think turnovers is going to be a big thing for us if we get a lot of turnovers on our end. We've had games of no turnovers. We had a game of 4 turnovers. Against Jacksonville, that's how we lost. We had a lot of turnovers. But I say more than anything, y'all, more than turnovers, is this right here, man. Y'all see that? That's an ambulance truck. That's of how many players has been hurt for us. So you look at our depth chart, okay? We know Ben Jones is out for the season. He's out. Dylan Radins, who is going to probably be able to tackle this game, out for the season. Nate Davis is out for this game. Dennis Daly is having some issues as well. So who are we going to put out there? Okay. Now, defensively, Houston don't really scare anybody or whatever, but yet it's still, as far as an offensive line, you have to play with some continuity. You got Corey Levin that might start. We just signed a guy, Daniel Munyer. He just got signed like 2 days ago. So who are we going to start? Jordan Roos will probably start as well. Like, it's a whole bunch of just dudes. And I think there's something to be said about that. It's something to be said about that. So I hear you, Alex. Jacques, you said it earlier today. But, I think the play of our offensive line, that we got a lot of new guys. If they don't play well, we can lose this game. Houston players get paid just like the Titans. And Houston has been playing tough. They've been running Jeff Driscoll. He's been running the ball well at quarterback. They put in Davis Mills. They give a lot of different looks. It's not going to be a walkover at all. They're going to come to play like they have been over the last few weeks. So our offensive line is going to just have to sort of overcome what we got going on right now. Our injuries are, the last 2 years, we have the most injuries in NFL history, man. That says a lot. 91 players that we had last year that played as an NFL record. We've already played 80 this year. So it's like, wow, what is going on? So our offensive line, they're going to have to try to make this up. I don't know how they're going to do it, but hopefully they don't get, people hurt out there, man. So that's for me, Jacques. What about you, bro?
I like Mr. Jones, next man up mentality. But so I'm gonna say this: how you can lose this game is your incompetent offensive coordinator. Okay, Mr. Todd Downing. All right. If Todd doesn't, he has a rookie quarterback, as you stated, that's playing Sunday. You need to put this young man in the best position to succeed and put this team in the best position to win, right? No 3rd and 2. We don't need to get cute. You need to run Derrick Henry, right?
Yep.
You need to, like you said, bootlegs. design runs for Malik, not going sideline to sideline, but north and south. If we don't call a good game, especially with a bum offensive line, we're done. Okay, I know we get Traylon Burks back this game, but it's ultimately I'm not too much worried about the defense. The defense, man, held fort. They showed me that they were able to hold fort against the Chargers. They'll be able to hold fort against the Texans. My biggest concern is the offensive coordinator. Hell, even if you put Dobbs out there, it's no guarantee that they're gonna put him in the best position to be successful. So offensively, we got to figure out how to get this thing going. And if Todd continues to do stupid stuff like he's been doing, we're gonna lose this game. We only scored 14 points, guys, right? Yep. Off of stupid things like 3rd and 2, you need to run Derrick Henry. Like even the commentator was on the thing. Why didn't you run Derrick Henry? What was the point? Why'd you take him out the game when it's 2 minutes to go in the game, right?
Yep.
So don't get cute, don't get stupid. If you do, you're going to put yourself in a position where you're going to lose this game. So for me, it's really on Todd Down. And if Todd Down don't call a good game, we're going to lose this game.
Yep. I got you, Jacques. I got you, man. I got you. Hey, great points. Look at some of these comments. What we got out there?
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Munyard has been on the roster before. I've heard that. I've heard he's been around for a while. Yep, Matt Levy, you're right. They had more turnovers than we did. DBC says the Jaguars are in first place. Yes, they are. 9-8 is the best scenario. If you want to lose this game, throw the ball on 3rd and 2. That's exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sure.
Do it if you want to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And this is true. This will be, man, if we win this game, this will be a good confidence booster for the Titans, for the coaching staff, for I think the fans, and that'll keep us in this thing. Yeah, exactly. Keep them in the game on passing downs. It's ridiculous. Titans just have to go 1-1 even to the Jags. Yep, you're right.
Yep.
Let's see. Dobbs, Malik Henry, read option, run. Hey, I like it. I mean, but the thing is, Mr. Jones, is our coordinator competent enough to do that? That's the problem. That's for me. Like, is he competent enough to say, hey, let's try something different. Let's do this. Let's practice this. But I don't know.
Yeah. We got 50 people in the chat, by the way. Hey, hit that like button if you have not subscribed. Now 53. If you're not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel as well too, man. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and yes, they're not in first place yet. We still got the first place, but yep. So
they have to beat the Texans too. So anyway, go ahead.
That's right. So, Jacques.
Yes.
So who should have a big game for the Titans? And who could or should have a big game for the Texans?
So for the Titans, I'm going to go with the safe pick, which is say Derrick Henry.
All right.
I think he'll have his typical game, right? Hopefully they don't take him out in the first half when he's up 128 yards. But I think the King will have a big game. For the Texans, I'm looking at the quarterbacks, both quarterbacks, David Mills and Driscoll. I think those two combined should have a decent game, not a big game, but a decent game, particularly for the Texans. So those are for me. What about you, Hawk?
So I would say Derrick Henry myself. I would say Derrick Henry. But I'm going to also say as well, too, I'm not going to say stat-wise, but I think this guy is going to be someone that will be a big player for us, and that's Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis will have an opportunity this game to do some things, cause a spark for us offensively. And by running the ball to set up the pass, okay? It seems like he had a lot of confidence throwing the ball against the Chargers. Even he only played one series, but in that series, he was 3 for 4. So, it looks like, he's going to have a lot of opportunities. He's going to be out there. He doesn't have to worry about being benched or he's going to be out there. So, as you mentioned, hopefully Todd Downing will create opportunities for him and things like that. All right.
Super chat. Sean Britton with the $30, bro. Thank you for the donation. Ray said, I couldn't agree more. Ryan Tannehill is out, and we can't afford any mistakes. Downing needs to be good, not even perfect. That's all of us Titans fans want. Exactly.
Yeah.
Facts no paper.
That's right, man. That's right. Sean Britton. Hey, that's 2 booms for this one, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes,
Sean
sir.
Britton. We appreciate that, bro. Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Sean Britton in the building twice in the same day. Appreciate it, Sean.
Sir.
Hey,
Yes,
bro,
sir.
we appreciate that, man. We do, for real, for real. So I said Malik Willis. I think he'll have opportunities offensively to make things happen just by him being an athlete. It's going to be raining. It's going to be hard to tackle. Houston, they don't know how to tackle well at all. I actually think they're one of the worst tackling teams in the NFL. Their linebackers, their DBs. I mean, Stingley's out. They're bad. They're a bad football team. So Malik Willis for the Jags. Let me tell you a guy we need to
I mean the
watch out for.
Texans. You mean the
I said the
Texans?
Texans. The Texans.
They
Let me
on your
tell you who
mind,
we
bro.
need yeah, they are on my mind, bro. Let me tell you who we need to worry about, man. When you look at the Houston Texans, man, it's Chris Moore, the receiver, man. You ever seen this guy right here, bro?
Oh yes, I have. He's emerging. He's
He's
emerging.
emerging.
He's
Do y'all see
emerging.
this guy,
Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
Y'all see him?
Yeah.
All right. So Nico Collins is out. Brandon Cooks is probably going to be out. So that if they're going to throw it to somebody, it's this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Kansas City Chiefs, actually the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
He had 10 catches for 124 yards, man. Y'all see that?
Off. He
Went
off.
Went off. So watch for 15 for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Moore, who I think could have a big game against. I mean, look at our starting DBs right now. I mean, we got, Christian Fulton is out. So it's going to be probably Roger McCrary on him. And then, Trey Avery's out. He's out for the season.
Yep.
So you got Greg Maben or even John Reed. No, Terrence Mitchell is out. So it's just, we just got a bunch of dudes right now, man. We got a bunch of dudes. So I don't know who we just signing, just signing people. And then they playing the whole game the next game. So yeah, that's for me, man.
Them bunch of dudes did a damn good job when they played the Chargers. I give them credit there. Just play the same scheme that you did against the Chargers. You'll be fine. All right, let's see what we got here. Aiden, this is probably might be our first question for the chop up. I like this. Let's see. Tommy Dixon, if they knew Tannehill was going to be out for the rest of the year, why did they bring him back in the last game? That's another topic of discussion. We'll talk about in the chop up because that's a great segue, bro. That's a great question. Me and Hawk had some things to say about that. I'm actually excited to see what Malik Willis can do or what Willis does since we won't pull him after a few plays. Hopefully they call it a good game plan for him. And that's, again, your offensive coordinator. Unfortunately, I don't know, bro. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
If I ever see Greg, maybe I know, bro. I know. So, all right. So, Hawk, given all the adversity, the injuries to everybody in the fan base and the coaching staff and the players, do the Titans even have a damn chance to win, man? Can they win this damn game with all the injuries, half the offensive line gone? Coach Vrabel's on IR. Todd Downing needs to be on IR. What you thought? What thoughts, bro? What you think?
Yes, they have a chance to win this game. And I didn't feel like that against the Jags, but I actually feel like that against the Texans. I do. I really do think that, when you look at the Texans, where they're weak, we're strong. And what I mean is the run game. And Derrick Henry clowned against them. And it was, even though we won, I think it was 17-10, it was the biggest blowout, closest score game that I've ever seen. Okay? The score was very deceptive. We beat the brakes off the Houston Texans that game. We just didn't throw the ball. We were just running the ball. And I think the same medicine could happen this game, but I do think Malik is going to throw it a little bit more. I think they have more confidence in him. That was his first start. So, and there was a road game. So now he's home. Now it's raining and it's snowy and it's cold, but I think that works good for us. I actually think we will win this game. I think our defense will hold strong. Hopefully, Danico Archer will play out. Seen him practicing, he still looks off to me. Mm-hmm. He still doesn't look at full speed. Still like he's kind of limping out there, but we don't know. But I think that, I feel very confident actually in this game. Probably more than most people think. Malik Willis, we don't know what to expect. He's going to, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to make mistakes. Okay, he's not going to go out there and throw 300 yards. He's going to make mistakes. He's a rookie. He's a third-round rookie. I don't expect him to go out there and be Joe Montana, his third game starting. So he's going to make mistakes. But as I just mentioned, where they're strong, we're weak. Malik Willis can run the football too to set up the pass. So and even when Ryan Tannehill was fully healthy and he was successful, that's what they were doing, right? Play action. And he can do this better, especially running the ball. So I'm confident that we can win this game. And I really am. I don't know how you all feel, but that's how I feel. What about you, Jacques?
I agree. I mean, if this is the game that he can kind of have a breakout, is this game again, right? But they got to let him loose. They got to let him loose and let him be him, right? And I think with the injuries, this is the perfect person that you want to have. If Tannehill was starting, we're screwed because he's not mobile, right? If you put Tannehill out there with that bum ankle, that's a disaster waiting to happen behind a makeshift offensive line. I want somebody back there that's mobile, right? Somebody back there that I know. And guys, I hear the small school comparison all the time. Malik went to a small school. He went to a small school. My thing is, football's football, okay? And I don't care if you went to Tallahassee, Talladega, North Alabama. I don't care if you went to Alabama, right? If you got the skill set, if you have the tangibles, if you have the umph to go and get it, I trust you, right? And I told you I've been scouting this kid for a while, and the kid can do it. You just got to let him be him. So guarding with all the injuries and everything, I'm like you. I have confidence that we can win this game, especially what the defense showed me on Sunday. If the defense had went out and was horrible, we would have got out but beat up by the Chargers, then I would have concern. But I feel like the defense has kind of got their swagger back, and we got turnovers last week too. So that tells me that they can continue that same thing with lesser talent on the field. So just tell the defense, do your thing. And like you said with Malik, the ball was moving. Like it was moving Sunday. And I'm like, okay, he has a rhythm. His rhythm is a little bit quicker. It's a little bit faster. Like you said, he runs better. Tay Henry runs better when he's in there because you got to equate for both the quarterback and the running back. But then too, your offensive coordinator has to be smart. So I have confidence that we can pull this out.
Okay, cool. That sounds good to me. Do you all feel the same way? We're gonna do our chop up. We want to see if you all feel the same way. Do you all feel confident, given many unknown circumstances, the weather, offensive line, Malik Willis?
Right.
Hey, let's see what's up. So,
right.
Well, cool, man. All right. Well, we got 65 people in the chat. Hit the like button. All right. So let's get to our favorite part of the show, folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the chop up. It is your turn now to sit at the dinner table. As you all know, at the dinner table, man, we chop up the ingredients, man. Hey, and we give you all an opportunity to ask us questions, and we're going to fire them off and answer as many as we can while we do this. So let's get to it.
All right. I promised Aiden I was going to put this comment up. So to kick us off with the chop up, he says, Jock and Hawk, do y'all think Malik will lock up the starting job this game? So, Hawk, do you think he'll lock up the starting job? I got my answer. Go ahead.
Lock up for what? Next year or?
I guess.
No, I don't think so. No, it's one game. No, it's
Okay.
one game. He's gonna be starting for the rest of the season. He's got to. It's gonna take more than one game to say he's our quarterback for the future. That's my answer. What about you, Jacques?
It takes a year, really, to evaluate a rookie quarterback. I don't care if you're Justin Herbert. I don't care if you're Trevor Lawrence. I don't care if you're Patrick Mahomes. It takes a year to 2 years. Some people catch it faster. Some people catch it slower. Some people we know, like Zach Wilson, is trash. We know he ain't going to – you get that man out of there fast, right? But it takes at least 1 to 2 years to let me know, hey, that's our guy for the future, right? And if I'm like, okay, cool. That's why I'm not tripping where everybody's tripping. Like, oh, Malik is going to be – bro, chill. Because if he's not your guy – then at least you have somebody that's competent enough to run your offense till you bring somebody in and be like, hey, we're gonna experiment and do this. So right now, he has no choice. He's starting right now.
Right.
He's if that's your question, he's starting right now. 4 games, it's a small sample size, but I'm gonna tell you out these 4 games, what I would like to see is if he gets 150, maybe 200 yards, you got you something, right? If he rushes for like 50, 60, 70 yards, you really got you something. You see what I'm saying? If he makes something out of nothing, you really got you something. So I think you should be kind of excited because you have that new style of quarterback. So that's for me.
And then they haven't invested. He's not a first round pick.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So he's a
third.
He has more to prove actually as a 3rd round pick, man.
Yes,
so
he does. But he has more to prove, but the pressure's really not on him because he's a 3rd round pick.
Right.
That's not you. If you was a 1st round pick, then I think y'all should be really pissed. But he's a 3rd round pick. It is what it is. Tommy Dixon says, all right, I think it's another one I said I wanted to come back to. If they knew Tannehill was going to be out for the rest of the year, why did they bring him back in the last game? Hawk, do you think that was a good decision to bring Mr. Tannehill back out after he messed his ankle up?
So it goes back, and Jacques, I'm gonna give you credit on this for sure about the strength and conditioning coach. You know, you and I have been talking a lot. I've been saying for the longest time he needs to be evaluated more than pretty much any coach on the roster on the team. And you mentioned how these players be like, "Yeah, I'm straight," but they're not straight, right? They sort of force themselves back on the field and then get themselves reheard even worse, right? So this guy here, Frank Piriano, is our strength and conditioning coach, right? And even talking about our medical staff, just everybody. So no, he shouldn't have been back on the field. No, not at all. I thought he broke his ankle.
I thought he did too. I
You know,
thought he did too.
he played enough to finish the game, but no, he shouldn't have been on the field, man.
And that's a Vrabel thing too. If you know these guys are not ready, that's why I was like, sit him down. We only got 14 points out of it. That's what I think pissed me off even more. Shout out to him being tough, but at the same time, bro, we need you for the playoffs, right? Well, I'd rather for you to be healthy for the playoffs or come back for Jacksonville and say, hey, we're going to do your thing. Now you've injured yourself even more. A high ankle sprain, because I think that's what he has, really takes about 4 to 6 weeks to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It takes time.
Should have did this, bro. Should have went on an ambulance, gone to the hospital.
Yeah, it really takes time, bro. It really takes freaking time. Like it's annoying, man. I hate that, and I think that's a Mike Vrabel thing where he looks at him like, get up, you ain't hurt, get up, and they trying to prove themselves. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not hurt, bro, you hurt. Like, just stop.
I think Tannehill was just worried about Malik Willis, man,
and I think that's what it is.
He was looking through the tent like.
Remember,
am I right, y'all? He's like,
yeah, he hasn't had a threat like this really ever. I mean, he took Mariota's job. Logan Woodside wasn't a threat at all. And I got to give you credit on this, Hawk. When he threw 4 interceptions, I think it was 4 or 5 in the Houston game last year, you were like, he should have been benched then, but they knew Logan couldn't do it. So they said, get out there and do it. So this is his biggest threat. And he's with him in practice too. So he sees, he's like, okay, this kid is picking it up. He's kind of smart. He's doing it. That's
right.
So and Titan Fox, you didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss nothing at all, man. You didn't miss.
We cooking right now, Titan Fox. We cooking.
Yes.
We got 78 people in the chat too, by the way. That's what I'm talking about. Bring your folks on through, man. Come out at these weekly boys, man.
So, C-Dub, you're right. McNair went to Alcorn State. But you know how the perception from the media and everybody, if you don't go to a Power 5 school, you trash, okay? And that's just what it is. That's what they think. And again, he's in a predicament where he has to prove himself 2 ways and on several occasions. He just got to prove himself a lot more. But I'm rooting for the young man. I'm definitely rooting. Let's see.
McNair he was a Heisman Trophy candidate too, man.
McNair was
ridiculous at Alcorn State. Unbelievable.
Yep. He was cold. Okay, this is a great question. Matthew Levy with another. Does Tannehill play for us next year? Hawk, I'm going to let you answer that question.
It really depends on what Malik Willis does over the next few games. And my mind could change. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there saying what I say now is going to be, etched in stone. Yes, I do think he's coming back next year. I do. You, Jacques?
I do, but they better be at a discounted rate. We need help. His price tag is too high. We need help. I don't give a damn. We need help, Hawk. We need help. We need O-line help. We need receiver help. Your price tag, and again, if you bring them back, I mean, the excitement from the fans and from the organization is not going to really be there. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You bring Tannehill back, I'm gonna be like, man, okay, he's here. All right, cool. I'm checking out. I'm sorry, I'm checking out. I want something new. But I get it. But I agree with you, Hawk. I think they will.
Depends on Malik. It's on Malik.
I agree.
Yeah, it's on Malik. It's on Malik.
And Keisha, if we lose the division, at this point, I'm checked out of that too. Like, guys, again, I'm gonna tell you, Hawk, and Hawk, you know this. That playoff game really took a lot out of me, dog. It really took a lot out of me, and go ahead.
I'm gonna answer that. Forget the division. Focus, y'all. Listen,
my bad.
This is okay. This is what I'm on the other side of the coin here when it comes to the playoffs. In this regard, Blast TV.
Yeah,
okay, say we
champ is with it too.
So we lose. Okay, we only move up like 2 spots. So is it worth that? Is it worth giving an opportunity to make the playoffs, to get in the playoff? Who knows what happens when you're in the playoffs? And even if we lose, it is what it is. At least you get there. At least you had a fighting chance. If there was a 15 pick difference, yes. Given it's 2 or 3 picks of a difference, I don't think it's that much of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like we're picking number 2. Like we'd be picking like 20.
20.
I don't think it's that big of a difference, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I am on the coin of, hey, if you get in the playoffs, win the division, get in the playoffs, see what happens. I'm not on no lose every game and be done with it.
Right.
That's to me a give up attitude.
And the Titans are going to compete too. So that's why I said I as crazy as it sounds, I think they're going to run. Just strip out the defense, right? And what you got. So if they make it to the dance, cool. Let's get in there. I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, anything can happen, but I just don't think this, to me, Hawk, and this is just me. We get in the dance, we might win one, but no Super Bowl, bro. I'm just being straight 100 with you.
Right.
That's wishful thinking. That's saying, okay, hey, we got the team is too injured, just too much variables. Running Titan says Todd Downing and Vrabel need to leave us. That's a question, Hawk. Leave the Titans. Do you think that the Todd Downing and Mike Vrabel need to leave the Titans?
Not Vrabel, no, not at all. Todd Downing, yes, absolutely, yes. Mike Vrabel's a winning coach. He would be hired tomorrow. So no, I'm not gonna let. No. Todd Downing, yes. Todd Downing needs to go. He does.
I'm gonna add to that, Hawk, and I'm gonna keep going. What if they bring back Todd Downing next year? How would you feel?
Well, I will tell you this: if he brings back Todd Downing, this is what's going to happen. Amy Adams-Strunk is going to give Todd Downing probably 3 games next year, and if he stinks, she's going to say, "Mike, you make the decision, or I'm going to make the decision. And if you keep messing around, I'm going to decide on you too." So I really think if he brings them back, I think it'd be for 2 reasons. One, there's not an option they may feel is better at this point. They have to just because you let somebody go, you got to have a backup plan. You know, is there a whole lot of good offensive coordinators out there? We don't know yet. Not sure. But if it's not, you bring them back. It would be on a temporary basis. It'd be kind of like on a performance improvement, on a written or final written warning. Like, you got about 3 games, bro. You don't cook it out, we getting you on out of here, man. That's what I think.
You know what? I got a feeling he ain't going nowhere. Because Vrabel likes continuity. Vrabel's not Vrabel, I'm learning that Mike Vrabel doesn't like change. Even though he has a lot of change and a lot of stuff going on his roster, on his coaching staff, he doesn't like too much big changes. And I think he's gonna pitch. This is what he's gonna pitch to Amy. Y'all ready? He's gonna say, "Well, Amy, we didn't have any talent. Most of our players were injured. He was out there calling games with me and Hawk, and it is what it is, right? So hopefully he can turn out to how Shane Bowen did if we get him some talent and get him this around.
Yep.
That's the pitch. That's the pitch. And it was like you said, you being Amy Adams-Strunk, that's what's gonna happen. She gonna be like, all right, you got 3 games. Yep. You got 3 games, and you know what? It'll be stipulations. We want 30 points. 30 points a game. In those 3 games, we want 30 points. If you can't do that, you out. So
he'll be fired game 1 if that was a stipulation. He'll be gone game 1.
Blast TV, I agree. Sure. I agree.
What up, Titan Rossi?
What up, Rossi? If we had a competent offensive coordinator, I agree. We can do some things. You know what I mean?
You know what, man? I somewhat agree with that and somewhat disagree. That was on Ryan Tannehill on that playoff game. Todd Downing for sure is a part of the equation.
No,
but that was on Tannehill last year.
That's 2 years. No, 2 years. No, you're right. The Ravens and the Bengals. No, you're right. That was on Tannehill. No, I give you that. I give you that help.
I'm gonna say this real quick about Tannehill too. I see a lot of people in the media trashing Tannehill, trashing Malik Willis. It's either one side of the coin or the other, right? Yeah. Okay. Ryan Tannehill's been a great quarterback here. He has outperformed we picked him up for a 6th round. Like what we got back from him is unbelievable. So I don't want people thinking like we trashing Tannehill, because that's not the case. When we talk about starting Malik Willis, Ryan Tannehill's ankle is worse than mine right now, right? Hey, now he's out for the season. Now it's Malik Willis time. You know what I'm saying? So we give shout out to Tannehill, but to Blast TV's comment, he's reached his max, and that is a fact. That's a fact. Yep. So now it's kind of got to turn the corner here, man. I just want to throw that out there, man.
Yep. Derek Brown, when does Shane Bowen begin to develop blitz packages? I agree totally. And you kind of saw it Sunday. Yeah. Shane Bowen.
That's a fact, Jock. Facts, no paper.
Yeah, I kind of saw it a little bit Sunday, but when your front four is not getting it, because when he started blitzing and sending to linebackers, you know what happened? Justin Herbert started getting a little rattled, and I think that's when the defense kind of picked it up. So I agree. Yes, he needs to do it again, especially against a team that's not good.
Right.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need to definitely do that.
Yeah, for
Alex
sure.
says, I'm wondering if Tannehill was threatened by Malik, and that's why Tannehill went back in. That is exactly
Yeah,
why
he
he
did.
went
He
back
did
in.
this. He did this through the
Yes.
tent. He was
Yep.
like this through the tent.
He like, what he over there doing? Oh man, he completed a pass.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. Oh
Oh,
shit.
oh, take this ankle up. I gotta get back out there.
Yeah, shoot me with some cortisone over here. Holla at your boy.
Right. This is a good question from Lawrence. He says, honest answer. Do you think we make the postseason, Hulk? I'm gonna start with you on this one. Do you think we make the postseason?
I do. I
Okay.
do. I'm
Okay.
I'm being optimistic here, not on purpose. I just think the numbers favor us. We
Mhm.
beat Houston. We really putting ourselves in a sweet spot. Jacksonville's got to win it all. They got to win every game moving forward. And
Mhm.
so I do think it works in our favor. I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed, but I'd say probably about a 60% chance we will. Do you think so?
I do. I do. I do.
Okay.
I think we'll figure out a way. And I think we play Jacksonville the second time. It's not going to fare well. I don't think it's going to fare well like they did the first time. I think this time you'll see how they played against the Chargers. You'll see a little pressure. You'll see and their left tackle Cam Robinson went out. He's done for the season. So that's definitely going to be an
Right.
exploration that we can definitely exploit. So definitely, I do. I think
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Damon,
Yeah.
he says, I
Yeah.
think once Malik gets his passing game going, he'll be fine. You know, guys, did anybody see Malik in the preseason? I know a lot of people don't look at the preseason, but did you guys see each game that he played in the preseason? I know Hawk did. I know I did.
Yeah. I did. Yep.
He threw a
I did.
touchdown to Burks and Chig, okay? So
Yep.
once he gets in a rhythm, football is rhythm, guys. It's rhythm. Once you get that rhythm and confidence, it's a wrap. Once he gets some confidence, you'll start to see how he played at Liberty. If you guys haven't seen like the crap that he did at Liberty, guys, his offensive line was worse than the Titans' offensive line. This kid was running for his life every play, and he was doing spectacular, crazy stuff. And he's a kid that's going to, you tell him what to do, he's going to do it. He's not going to get outside the box. Vrabel, that coaching staff has told him to do everything that they wanted him to do, and he's done it. Tell me if I'm lying, Hawk.
No, you're not, man. But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a lot of similarities now for the rest of the season with our offense. Our offensive line has been it's been the worst all season. It's been our line. If someone was to ask me, Todd Downing, wide receivers, offensive line, what's been the worst for us? To me, it's the offensive line.
Yep.
Now you got a patchwork offensive line now. So Malik Willis is gonna be running around like he did at Liberty. I'm telling you, and this is the NFL. It's a different story.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So
this
yeah,
is-
so
Oh.
yeah.
No, go ahead.
So I just think that's going to be a challenge for us, you know, as to how we can lose and not make the playoffs. It's only offensive line, man.
Yep, I agree.
We
And
don't want
bringing
Malik
in
Willis looking through the tent like this, right?
right, and that's another thing. You better hope he don't go down either. Now he goes down, he gets hurt. Your season is done. You're gonna ask Dobbs to come in, and you're gonna have to say, "Hey, Dobbs, hey, bro, pick it up." And at that point, guys, you just might as well get ready for the offseason. At that point, you're like, come on now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's see here. Damon, you guys are going to see Malik. And Damon, you're right. In that preseason game, see, in football players, in life, if you can improve from point A to B, you're showing me something. Then B to C, you're showing me something. From what I've seen when he was in rookie minicamp to now, Mike Vrabel said this is the most prepared he's ever been throughout this whole season to be a starter. And he looked comfortable. He looked comfortable and exact. And I'm like, I said, man, see, if you've had a competent coordinator, if you had somebody that was smart, they can use him and use him right. So let's see.
We got TA in the building. So we got Titans Rossi and we got Titan Anderson in the building. What's up, guys?
What up, y'all? What up,
y'all?
What up? Yeah,
What's
what up? Let's see. Jeff Fisher as a GM had the Oilers roster Super Bowl ready when moving to Nissan as the Tennessee. And you know what's sad about Jeff Fisher? After that, he went downhill. Jeff Fisher, boy.
Mr. 8-8 himself.
8-8. There you go. Jay Thomas, I think Vrabel needs to change his whole philosophy of let's just run the ball and beat up our own players. You know, I think that's the Titans' problem too. We're so physical. If you look at the rest of the league is physical, but they're not as physical as the Titans. So you look at the Eagles, they're more finesse, right? You look at the Chiefs, they're a finesse team. You look at the winning team, Chargers. Chargers wasn't physical, they were finesse. And they had a quarterback that could move and run and boom, hit you downfield, right? The Titans are so gun-ho on being this brute team that I think it's getting their players hurt, and it's getting them hurt every year. And I think, like you said, Jay, is they need to change the philosophy on more of speed and agility and more of finesse. And then you already have the strength. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about that, Hawk?
Yeah, you got to draft the players to change the philosophy, man.
Yes.
We haven't done that. And that's on
Right.
John Robinson. That's why he's no longer here. We haven't drafted those type of players. And the
Yep.
one guy that we did draft that could, you can pass the ball a little bit to was AJ Brown, and he's no longer here.
Yep.
So,
Got it.
we have to, the philosophy has changed once we change our draft strategies.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
So what if we GM drafts Aaron? So I've seen this too, Hawk. Do you think we should bring in Aaron Rodgers? Do you think Aaron Rodgers will save this organization? How old is Aaron Rodgers? He's 30.
About 37.
37. Would you
Yeah.
bring in a 37-year-old quarterback to say?
I would not. His price tag is too much. No,
It's
I would not.
extremely too
Because
high.
we need players.
Yep.
We're not like 2 or 3 players away. If we was in that boat, then absolutely. But
Right.
we need that money that we're spending on him. We could be spending on 4 or 5 different players.
Yep.
In particular, the offensive line. So no.
I agree. And Fairley should move to safety. I totally agree with this. Me and Hawk, I think, have been saying this since we drafted the Joker. Like,
Yeah. He'd have to be a free safety. I wouldn't trust him as a strong safety tackling people. He's just too banged up. Safety would beat him up even more than corner. So
I agree. And so Gino says, is it too much to ask for a stud quarterback? I want someone here that they list with Mahomes, Burrow, and Allen. They don't grow on trees. So so you know how you got to get those players? You got to suck. Okay. Do you know how the Bengals got Joe Burrow? They picked him number 1. Do you know how I think the Bills got lucky with Josh Allen, but Josh Allen wasn't good? Guys, you got to remember, Josh Allen wasn't good his first year. The Bills fans were cobbling. They were like, hey, we need to get rid of this dude. And then when they brought in an offensive coordinator that can maximize his talent, his strengths, and play and let him be him, that's what happened. So again, guys, you can say, hey, let's bring in a Hendon Hooker from UT. Hey, guys, let's bring in the kid from Ohio State. Do you have an offensive coordinator that can maximize his talent? Hell no. Okay, 1. 2, he's a rookie. He's going to struggle his rookie year. It is what it is. You're not getting Peyton Manning. You're not getting a Tom Brady. Those are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Trevor Lawrence, Hawk, listen to me on this, Trevor. His 3rd year, right? Year 3?
Yep.
It's clicked. Year 1 didn't click. Year 2. Remember, year 2, they was like, was Trevor Lawrence the guy? All of a sudden, year 3, what is he doing? He's out here winning games. So, guys, it's a process. It's be patient. And, again, when you look at the process here, do we got another $30 super chat?
Yes, we do. Yes, let's get to it. It's Sean Britton.
Oh, Sean B coming through with another one?
Yes, sir.
Brother. He said, facts, Ryan Till was just a victim of circumstance. Due to Titans organization this season, Malik had been getting better. We might have a chance. If he is back for the postseason, Ryan Tannehill has been a great quarterback for this team. So we'll talk about this. Hawk, let's give him.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go. Hey, man, this is his second one. We're gonna go 3 here for Sean Britton, man.
All right.
Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
And do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Sean Britton, huge in the building. Sean Britton, bro.
Yes,
we appreciate it, good sir.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate
yes,
it,
sir.
Sean. We do,
So,
man.
We're gonna break this down real quick, Hawk. So he's saying with Ryan Tannehill has been a great quarterback for this team, which he has. He's gotten us back to where we used to be, right? I think Ryan Tannehill's problem, and I got guys, you can agree with this, is the playoffs. Okay. Hawk, let me ask you a question. With a healthy team, hypothetically speaking, if our team was healthy going into this year, do you think Ryan Tannehill would have won his first playoff game by himself? With the talent that we had,
no, because he would have to do something extra in order for us to sort of overcome some weaknesses of his. And again, shout out to him last year. Our team sucked last year, and we were the number 1 seed in the AFC because of him. He did that. But it's the spotlight times where it's like, Tannehill, we need you to make that extra throw. We need to have you to make that 30-yard run, that extra play, which he'll do 1 time a game, but we need it 2 or 3 times in the playoffs. In the playoffs, quarterbacks separate, man, because most times the quarterback that's the hottest is playing the best wins the Super Bowl. And so I think that will be his issue. If you look at the Eagles last year, the Eagles had a good team last year. They didn't have A.J. Brown, but right. Jalen Hurts was young, things like that. He didn't perform well. So same with Tannehill last year, even this year. So I don't think so. I don't think Tannehill, he's a very good quarterback, but I don't think he's a Super Bowl quarterback.
Got it. And I stand corrected, guys. It's year 2, Hawk. It's year 2 for Trevor. So bringing in Doug, was it Doug Peterson?
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson has elevated him. Now I know people like, well, Doug Peterson, he did good with the Eagles, but he got him to a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. That was the greatest pickup for them as the Jags organization was bringing in Doug Peterson. Now you're seeing it's maximizing his talent. So again,
thank you, Jay Thomas. You're right. It's year two.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. So again, he's elevated. It takes time, guys. It's not, and luckily we didn't have to start. See, we and Hawk, you said this. We were in the perfect Malik. This was the perfect situation for Malik. He didn't have to come in and start right away. What did I tell you, Hawk? If when I scouted, when I was doing my research on Malik Willis, you remember I said if Malik had to come into a team, it wasn't even us. If he had to go to the Steelers, he's screwed. If he had to go and start day one, he's screwed. Okay, because of the simple fact that he had to sit back and learn. I didn't realize how fast he was able to pick up and retain information. But if he had to go somewhere and start right away, coming out of this draft, he would have been done. Because it would have took him a long time to get his stuff together. But now since he's got time to sit around, chill, get his thoughts together, and we didn't think he was gonna play this year, but he has to play this year. So Blast TV says, why do I feel like Vrabel led to our downfall?
What do you think about that, Jacques?
So I can take this two ways. I can look at this as Vrabel being bullheaded from time to time, which he has, right? Also, I can look at this and say Vrabel is a tough dude. He's a mentally tough guy. He's always been this way, you can tell, and he wants his team to be a certain way. I don't think it's him per se that is led to our downfall because matter of fact, he's the one that's holding his team together. He's the one that's held this thing and got these guys motivated, ready to play. He's the one that's got the practice squad players playing at an elevated level to where he's gotten them extra jobs and he's extended their careers maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. Look what he did to Deontay Foreman, right? He got Devontae Foreman a starting job with the Panthers. So I think Vrabel is not your concern. Now, I will say this about Vrabel. Vrabel's about to be tested. Now, listen what I'm saying. Amy has given him the house. She said, hey, you can do what you want to do. Make sure you make the right decisions. This is the time for Vrabel to make the right decision and not make the decision that Mike Mularkey did, right? He kept his homeboy on. And I get it. That's your homie. That's your homeboy. But if your homeboy is messing up, bro, we're going to have a tough conversation. Like, hey, bro, you got to get your stuff together or you're going to have to ride, right? I can help you in this journey, but you got to ride. So, again, what we said earlier in the show was with the pitch with Todd Downing. Me and you think Todd Downing is going to be back, but Vrabel has to motivate him to get him on his level to get where he can be successful. But I don't think it's Vrabel. I think Vrabel's the one that's kept this thing together. What about you, Hawk?
Mike Mularkey, Ken Wisenhunt, Mike Munchak, Jeff Fisher. Do I need to say any more, right? I'm not saying all those coaches were terrible because Mularkey was okay. Jeff Fisher was okay. But as I mentioned, okay, right? So sometimes people forget, man. I'm telling you, I've been a Titans fan since day one. We forget when we were bad. We forget, and for the many years in a row, we were terrible, right? And we were begging to have a good coach. Vrabel's not leading to our downfall. It's not a legitimate thought to me. Vrabel is fine. You know what I'm saying? We have bad. It was J-Rob when you talk about draft and things like that. So, yep.
So, and this is another the Blast TV. Why does he like Downing? Why do you think he likes Downing, Hope?
It's his guy. He hired him. So you hire your folks. You give them an opportunity. So Todd Downing has the right to say, hey, we have been injured. We don't have a lot of talent. He has that to stand on. But as I mentioned, it's not to say we don't know if he's going to be here next year. That's hard to say. It's hard to fire somebody right off rip, especially if you're winning ball games. We were the number one team in the AFC last year. We're still in the playoffs this year. We fired J-Rob. So, so it's not to say he can't get fired. So now I don't know. It's like, I'm in love with this joker. Like, I love him. We'll see next year I go. So I don't know.
Right. And this is a great comment by Stanley. He says, look at Justin Fields. He's still struggling with his team, but I've seen some improvements with him as a player. Y'all relax. Malik will learn how to play. And I agree with that. I like that comparison because it's true. I've seen Justin Fields from day one to now. Man, that joker, he's doing his thing. He just need an offensive line. Now, Blast TV, I agree with you on this. I see what you're doing. I understand what you're doing, Blast. is you're wanting to change the philosophy of this team to get them. And we've talked about it on other shows. I think I've actually beat this drum like the loudest. Is I want to change our philosophy, but it'll take time, and you have to have the right pieces to come in and do it. I think Todd Downing has done one good thing. Y'all ready for this, Hawk? You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
He's not running the ball as much. Have you noticed he's been throwing? They've been throwing. Right. They've been 5 wide. They just don't have the personnel to do it, right?
That's all it's about is personnel, man.
It's happened. The thing is, they were throwing the ball well in training camp.
Yeah.
But again, it's training camp. It's not the regular season. So I know, guys, we'll get there. Let me say that. We'll get there. We will get there.
Here's a question I have about. Thank you, TA. Hit that like button for sure. And check out his show. Check out Titans Rossi's show as well, too, man. Check them out. Here's what I want to challenge when people talk about us running the ball. Where was Derrick Henry drafted? Was he a first-round pick? No. Did he start his rookie year? No. Did he start his second year? No. So this team wasn't initially built for Derrick Henry. So I felt that we try to build a culture like with Matt LaFleur and passing and those things, right? Right? Derrick Henry was not drafted to be, you're going to be our starting guy. Derrick Henry has surprised people, right? So it was like, oh my gosh, we got this guy. I didn't know he's going to be doing all this. And then he just elevated himself. And then that's why we became a running team, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't think initially that's what we wanted to do. It just happened to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now things can change. But we didn't draft Derrick Henry first round pick. We didn't trade up to draft him in the fifth pick of the draft. He was there. We picked him up. And again, he didn't even start his first 2 years. So I think sometimes it's said a lot, and sometimes I don't think we look at it from when it started. You know what I'm saying? It just sort of happened. Right. You know,
because I'm gonna add to that, Hawk. Because even when we drafted Mariota, we didn't have a real good run game anyway. We had to throw the ball. I mean, we having Kendall Wright. Who was our? It was Andrew Adams. Was it Andrew Adams?
Antonio Andrews.
Antonio Andrews. Yep. It was Antonio. And
Deion Lewis. It was starting
Deion Lewis. Yeah. So initially, no, you're right. We wasn't a running team. It's like each decade we kind of get a good running back. Remember, we had Eddie George, then Chris Johnson, now Derrick Henry, and you appreciate those guys when you have them. Yeah. And I agree.
And to Matthew Levy's point, we had DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was good. You had to get a running back because our running backs were terrible. You had to pick up somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Now, again, it's also with your scheme, with your quarterback. So I agree with you. Like, let me say this. I'm not defending Todd Downing by any means. You guys know I've been on his head for a while, right? I think he's in over his head. I don't think he was cut out from the job from the beginning, just to be honest with you guys, right? And you know what? If A.J. Brown does win a Super Bowl, I'll be happy for him, bro. Do your thing, man. Him and Brett Kern. And I think you've mentioned this too, Hawk, and this was actually a newsworthy thing when you said that you think Byard and Derrick Henry should go somewhere where they can win a championship.
If we're gonna rebuild, yes, I do.
Yep. And with the Kyle Phillips thing, Kyle Phillips was he a 6th-round pick?
Yep.
6th-round pick. I think people got caught up in the hype of him training camp, right? He done some good things, but Kyle is not. He's good. But to me, he has a lot to prove, and he's a 6th-round pick for a reason.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right. Let me ask. I'm gonna answer this one real quick, Jacques from Titan Rossi. So they need to use the same game plan they used with Malik in the first half. I totally agree with that. If you all, I don't know how deep folks look at film. Jacques and I looked at it. Just watch the first half of the Kansas City game. Derrick Henry's had more yards in other games. I think he had like 100. I think he had 17 carries and 118 yards rushing in the first half. Those are the easiest runs I've ever seen Derrick Henry have. He was not being touched at all. The whole team was freezing because they didn't know if he was going to get the ball or Malik Willis was going to run the ball. They literally they didn't attack at all. And then Derrick was literally running like, what? I'm not getting tackled? What? I'm just going to keep running, right? I agree with that. If we could use that same strategy with Malik Willis moving forward, it's going to help Derrick Henry in our run game. It is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. I agree. Yep. And I got, like you said, that first half was amazing. Yep. I don't know what happened, right?
Yep. That's right.
They got figured out. And of course, now you guys, something you get to see Sunday is Traylon Burks comes back, right?
Yep.
So Traylon Burks and Chig. Now, if Malik can get some continuity with them. And something I noticed about Malik too is Chris Conley. We didn't hear nothing from Chris Conley since we got him. And on Sunday, he had what, 3 catches?
Yep.
He had 3 catches.
He led the receive. Derrick Henry led us in receiving, but as far as wide receivers, he was our leading receiver.
Yes.
Yep. Chris Conley. Yes.
Yes. Chris Conley. So who threw Chris Conley the ball?
Yep.
I'll wait.
Yep.
Malik threw Chris Conley. But so I'm gonna tell you something. Some tendencies that we see with Malik too, that I think they need to help him. If they're gonna roll with him in the offseason in the next season, get him somebody who has speed. Something that I've noticed even in his college, when he was in college, he looks for the deep ball. That's his first read is the deep ball.
He be like,
he'll tell you keep going.
Keep going.
At Liberty, I'm telling you guys, I've studied this stuff. At Liberty, he had a receiver, and Hawk, you correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot his number. But when I sent you the film, he said, bro, he keep throwing the number. What's his name?
Yeah.
And that was his guy. And it was his deep threat. It was his short threat. I mean, literally. So when he gets a guy, he's going to throw the ball. So I'm like, okay, he threw it to Chris Conley. Imagine what he can do to Traylon once he sees it. So I'm like, just wait on it. Just wait. Let me see. Jock and Hawk, does King Henry run good when Malik is in the game? Hawk just said
absolutely 100%. Yes, he does. Because when Tannehill's in the game, you know, they really stack the box because they're like, hey, we know Tannehill's not going to run the ball. He's not. He can't right now. So you don't have to worry about play action. It is what it is. With Malik, it opens up lanes for Derrick Henry. The challenge is going to be the offensive line still this game. But yes, he does help him for sure.
I got a question for y'all. When is the last time Racing McMath caught a pass? Hawk, when was the last time Racing McMath caught a pass?
Somebody pull up his career stats.
Well, not
I
even
don't
his
think
career.
He has more than 2 catches in his career.
But this year, it can be preseason. Yes, he did. Yeah, one
in
catch
the preseason. Yes,
and that's what I was saying throughout this whole year. Not yet. He had 1 catch. Who threw him the ball?
Yeah,
who threw him the ball?
Malik did.
Who threw him the ball? You see what I'm saying? And I know he's been hurt throughout the season, but again, it makes no sense why. And I see your comment. Where did it go? And somebody said it. They're on this practice squad together. Yes, but again, if he's on the practice squad and Tannehill has Conley out there too, why is Tannehill not throwing him the ball? Right?
Yep.
Why is Tannehill not throwing the ball? And Rocky, I'm talking
Thank
about
you, Rocky Yeet.
Not just that's ridiculous. Not just the actual season. I'm talking about throughout this year, even preseason and the season. I'm talking about this Joker he had a deep ball thrown to him. And I was at that game. I said, how the hell? Well, no, it was the Ravens game. I was like, how the hell did Racing McMath catch that? I didn't know he can catch balls like that. No homo. But I didn't know he can catch like that, right? Yeah. So come on now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So he has continuity, with Malik and Conley, but also Conley was starting with Tannehill as well. Tannehill is not a guy that's going to throw to A.J. Brown 10 times. He's just not, right? When he was here, he didn't do it. He'll throw in one good time and he's good, right? And I think that's the most frustrating part. Let's see. Hold on. I remember when I mentioned Malik to you before the draft, Jack, you said, I've been watching, but he's not. You know what? That's crazy. I did say that because I didn't think he was going to be there. I didn't think he was going to be there. I didn't think he was going to be there. I didn't think he was going to be there. And Rocky East, you remember, he dropped a dime. So, again, he dropped a dime to Hooper, too. Like,
that's right.
I've seen things on Facebook, on Titans Twitter, on just like you said, Hawk. It's either they hate Tannehill or they really, really hate Malik. And I'm like, guys, whoever's behind the center, I don't care who's behind center. Can they win us some games? Right? Can they be competent? But again, I don't care who you put back there. Like you said, Hawk, the offensive line is super trash.
Yep. So Jared Stillman. So those that listen to 102.5, Jared Stillman over the last probably week has really been cutting down on Malik Willis, cutting him deep, man. He's trash, he's terrible, he's awful, he's everything. And then if you're a fan that might not know the Titans in depth and don't really know about Malik Willis, you're going to automatically assume and judge to say he's going to be terrible, not realizing dude is a freaking rookie, a third rounder at that, right? He is going to make mistakes. And nor am I thinking like, oh, yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? We're not saying that. We're saying, hey, give him an opportunity. He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. And so it's kind of like, why does the media why do they do that so much? What I'm saying is, he's your quarterback. Give him an opportunity. Give him a chance. Give him credit on some good things that he does as well, too. And again, I'm not just sitting there saying Malik. I'm saying Tanny, just people in general, right? But, to not give somebody an opportunity bothers me, because it's kind of like, bro, give him, and then what'll happen? Malik Willis has a terrible, bad game, even an average game. They're gonna really start cutting him down. Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, all these guys struggled as rookies. Peyton Manning struggled as a rookie. Peyton Manning had 22 interceptions as a rookie. So you're gonna struggle early, and that's okay. But what he does now, he's on the field, and he provides something by running the ball and throwing the ball on play. He's gonna provide that for us. So give him a chance, man.
Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you another question, a follow up to that, Hawk. Do you think it's just because I know what you're talking about? Do you think it's our local media that's doing this?
Well,
and I got my
the media I see, like on ESPN and those things, they seem to sort of roll with Malik to say he has maybe some ability and opportunities maybe to do well. I know other coaches from other teams have said the same thing too from what they've seen. But yeah, I do think there's some people in the local media. There's certain local medias like Teron Davenport and other guys that is like, hey man, just give the guy a chance. I would say that if any it could have been Zach Wilson as our quarterback. Just give the guy a chance before they start, right? Before they give him a chance, see what he's about. But I do think most of the local media just don't like Malik Willis. They don't.
I agree. I've seen more of the local media tear him down versus the national media. The national media, man, like you said, they praised him even in preseason. They were like, oh, it's the next guy. Because he's the prototypical quarterback. Guys, if you realize the new age quarterback that's coming out of college, if y'all watch college football, there's this new quarterback, right? Back in our day, running quarterbacks wasn't a thing, okay? If you was a running quarterback, they would already put the thumbs down on you. But now it's not taboo anymore. Damn near everybody knows how to run. Just Josh Allen, Joe Burrow knows how to run. Justin Herbert, did you see him rolling out and he threw that pass? Right?
Trevor Lawrence had a big run just now in this Jets game, man. That really helped the Jags to win the game. Yes.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence. This is the new prototypical football player that's in the NFL now. It's not the sit in the pocket and throw it 50 times anymore. That's why the Patriots are struggling, right? Matt Jones has no mobility. If he had mobility, it'll help him, but he has no mobility. And I think people of football are so used to seeing one type, and they're not used to seeing the other type, and this other type is about to flood the NFL. Because, guys, you got to realize, you're about to get flooded with a lot of running, passing quarterbacks in the next 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 years. And the league, Tom Brady's going to be done. Ryan Tannehill's getting older. He's going to be out. The Kirk Cousins, the league is changing. And if you don't get up with the league, you might as well stop watching football because it's just what it is. And so I see Matt Levy's comment. Titans Twitter is terrible. Facebook is horrible. Hawk, I know you're not on Facebook, but Facebook is horrible. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're not lying, bro.
Yeah.
JS75. So I guess this is a hypothetical question. If Vrabel's gone, what head coach would y'all like to hire? They talking about it in the comment section, Hawk. They go. I see Sean Payton. Okay, I see Sean Payton, Lincoln Riley. Wow.
I'm gonna let you answer that one, Jacques.
He's not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, are you? Is it? I'm guessing this is. He's not going nowhere.
Lincoln Riley. He's in LA, man. That joker's not going nowhere, man.
I don't think Vrabel's gonna be fired. Let me say this. I'll be surprised if Amy fires Vrabel. That came from left field. I did not see that. Now,
if that happens, we'd have to question Amy Adams Strunk at that time as being someone that's maybe could be an erratic person. You know what I'm saying? At that time, just firing people. Because sometimes, yeah.
Now, I would say this: if the new stadium comes around and we still haven't had no progression in our team, then yeah, I can see Vrabel probably out the door then. But he's a defensive-minded coach. They're dying too. I hate to be like that, but they're hiring offensive-minded players. Go ahead.
My bad. Yes, team leader. Exactly. If people, man. Oh boy. Go ahead, Hawk.
This is Hawk. Remember me and Hawk talk offline. Hawk, you remember what I told you? This conversation is being had. I pay attention to the streets. This is being had. There's a lot of conversations about this team.
Yeah, and it's always when you lose, that's going to happen.
Right.
Anytime you lose, we've lost 4 in a row, and don't look like we could win any more games the way they're playing. That's to me, that's normal. That those questions are going to be had regardless. Even even when Kansas City had their losing streak last year, they wanted to get rid of Patrick Mahomes. So that's normal. But just because it's normal, just because it's being said, it don't mean that it's legit.
Now, I would say this. I think I understand why people are saying it, because people are looking at other teams and their coaches and why they're being successful. So, like the Dolphins, like the Bengals, like the Eagles, like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the Chiefs. They have offensive-minded coaches, and that's another thing that's shifting. Hawk, unfortunately, Shane Bowen is going to be hard for him to get a head coaching job because he's a defensive coordinator. Arthur Smith was able to get one like that because he's an offensive-minded guy. So that's another thing that you're going to see in the next 5-6 years. Defensive-minded coaches, unfortunately, are going to be obsolete because you can't win. You can't really win with defense anymore. I mean, it's done, but it's been done. I got to give credit to the Buccaneers, but they also did it with offense as well. They were balanced at the time. But right. I still, because I'm biased. I play defense, so I still think defense win championships. But in the same breath, I understand how the NFL is transitioning to something different. And Derek Brown, it's a great question. Hawk, we haven't discussed this, but this is something we'll discuss offline. We'll definitely look at doing this.
It's a great idea. Jacques and I have talked about that, and we sprinkled that in some of our conversations offline, man, for real.
Yep. So we'll definitely hold on. Okay, hold on. We got one, Hawk. I don't get y'all. Vrabel is the best coach in the league to me. Yep. Hey, we understand. We understand. So exactly. Rashid says, is Amy willing to malarkey Vrabes if he's not willing to get a proven offensive coordinator? That'll get him out. I think that'll get him fired if there's no progression and no elevation in his offense next year. And she might put a short leash on it. Hawk, what you said about 2 to 3 games, I can see that. And has Vrabel had to fire anybody on his offensive staff, on his coaching staff?
I think so. I don't think it's the same. Everybody's, because I know Sean Jefferson is no longer here. He used to be our receivers coach. We've had a few changes. And again, I don't know if they've been fired or just quit. I have no idea. So I'd have to dive deep into that.
Guys, in the comment section, let us know if Vrabel's ever fired anybody on his offensive staff. That'll give you an answer right there. Chris Martin says, Coach Prime or Urban Meyer? Definitely not Urban Meyer. Coach Prime already said he's not coaching in the NFL. Coach Prime said no. It's no. No sir. And you know what? For your growth of your quarterback, whoever you bring in, if it's Malik or if it's somebody else that you draft, you need a particular style of offensive coordinator to maximize their talent. That's why I think Tim Kelly is looming in the wind, because who did Tim Kelly, Hawk, and guys in the chat, who did Tim Kelly coach when he was with the Texans? And I think I text you this. Who was their quarterback with Vrabel and all them on the coaching staff?
Somebody Houston?
Houston, yeah.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Exactly. Vrabel's used to a certain style of quarterback. When he was even there, Deshaun Watson was there, right? So Tim Kelly knows how to maximize their particular talent. If you let Tim Kelly get to Malik and maximize his talent, which he probably is, he's mulling in the wind like, ooh, I got some stuff for you, bro. It'll help him out, right? Pat O'Hara, guys, if you want to be honest with you, Pat O'Hara is the one that's developing Malik. It's not tied down.
Yes. So, Mike Vrabel has had offensive coordinators that have been offensive, a la Matt LaFleur, right?
Yeah,
he was an offensive guy, right?
He got a head coaching job.
Even when our offense wasn't really that good, even then too. So Matt LaFleur was an offensive guy, and our offense still wasn't. Our best is when Arthur Smith was our offensive coordinator.
Got a head coach.
He was moved up. Arthur Smith was grown within the system. Arthur Smith was already with the Titans, so he was homegrown, and he's the head coach with the Falcons now, right? So. He's had offensive guys, so it wouldn't be new for him to bring somebody in that's an offensive-minded guy. Todd Downing, he's an offensive coach. That's what he does, his own offense. He's just not doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? So I do think he needs to be replaced next year for sure for the development of Malik Willis. If they decide to say Malik is our quarterback, we do need another offensive coordinator.
I think that's what any quarterback they bring in if they draft. You're gonna have to bring in something new, because you just can't put them in that particular style. Jeremiah says, do we replace Nick Wakina Westbrook next year? Hawk, do we need to get rid of Nick Wakina Westbrook? Has this ship sailed?
Not necessarily, man. He could be a good 3, good 4. You know what I'm saying? Just keep him. He signed a 2-year contract. I just wouldn't put him at 1 or 2. That where he's at right now. He's our he's our number 2 receiver. So I think I would just slide him down the draft the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? And just he's made big plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not consistent, but again, he was undrafted. So I didn't expect that from him anyway. So I would just push him down the depth chart. I wouldn't get rid of him.
Did he catch a ball in the Kansas City game from Malik? Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I tripping? I might be.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I don't think so. He might have. If they have, somebody tell us. He did. Maybe he did. I know he's had big catches in big moments.
Oh yeah, big. But that again, you said he was a number 3, number 4 target. He wasn't. He wasn't the first or second. So Brent says if Coach Prime come, we know he gonna bring Shador and Hunter to the Titans. Titans will definitely win the championship then. Yeah, it's wishful thinking, but I don't think Coach Prime ain't coming. He ain't coming. He ain't
He's not coming here. Yeah, exactly.
Did y'all see? Did y'all see how Jag struggled to?
Yeah, I did. Tabani, I did. Trevor was running the ball pretty well against the Jags. Jags run defense is 29th in the league. They're a bad run defense. So the Jags defense, they're just a speedy defense. You know what I'm saying? They got speed now on the outside for sure. And they got safeties that make plays. But outside of that, they can't stop the run. We did well against the Jags running the ball. We had 4 turnovers. That's why we lost.
That's what cost us. If you don't have the turnovers, we would have won that game. We would have. Matter of fact, we would have spanked them. Like we would have spanked them up. I like this. We need a cornerback. We need a shutdown DB. Somebody that can get in here and do their thing. Me and Hawk, we've been screaming from the mountaintop for years. Hell, I'd bring in Jalen if Jalen wanted to come home. Come on home, Jalen. Come on home. Come on home.
Yep.
You're right. Didn't know no receivers. Matter of fact, you're right, Chef. They all dropped the ball.
They all did. Exactly. They all did.
They showed.
Austin Hooper had a cat. I remember seeing that. But yeah, that's right. That's right.
Chig and Austin. It was Chig and Austin. Because didn't Nick did catch a ball. Nick caught that big when he threw it down the field.
I thought that. That's right.
Yeah, he caught that ball. Yeah. He caught a ball from him. It was Conley who dropped the ball. And
yeah.
Do y'all think Vrabel hasn't fired because that would ruin his chance of getting a shot at a head coaching job? Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe.
Probably.
Stanley. That's a good.
Because he's on the list. Ain't he on the list for a head coaching job?
Yeah. He wants to be a head coach.
Who do you guys think leaves after this season? What are you talking about, player wise? I guess, Tremaine, you're talking about players, right? Who do you think? I got Taylor Lewan.
I think Taylor will come back on a real cheap rate. I do, because I think he knows his career is down the drain. So
you better be the backup.
He's admitted that. But I see that. Yes, I see Taylor Lewan.
He better be the backup. I can see. Yeah. But like you said, if it's cheap, keep Taylor.
Yeah, Bud Dupree.
Bud Dupree got to go. He ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. He's costing us money. Tannehill's up in the air with me. It can be a cap casualty, right? We need money.
Who
else?
Money. Tannehill could too. Just depends on money. It depends on that money.
Yep. Who else do you see leaving, Hawk?
That's all I can think of right now.
Robert Woods.
Somebody said Robert Woods or Zach Cunningham. I can see that, Tayshaun. I can see that JS75. I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that.
Yep. Yeah, I can see. I Blast TV. I can see it. Any overplayed player.
I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't be so quick, just like we've done with Julio Jones, AJ Brown. You lose a whole bunch of people. Then what do you have left? So even with Robert Woods, okay, if you let him go, cool. But who's replacing him? If we don't have nothing to replace him, you keep him until you replace him. You want to push up Cody Hollister again back in this spot. So
that's what got us in this hole from the first place. No, you're right, Hawk.
And his contract is favorable. He has a decent salary. It's decent. It's not costing us too much.
Right.
We can always talk about cut players. Cut. Cool. But who's replacing that guy? That's right now we have no depth because we've lost a lot of players. Right? We have a lot of injuries too. I mean, that's a part of the mix too. But there's certain players we can keep if we want, but there's only going to be players gone. When you talk about money, it's Tannehill and Bud Dupree that's really costing us on the books.
And Taylor
Lewan. Derrick Henry's contract is heavy too. Mm-hmm. Yep. Kevin Byard's contract is heavy too.
Yeah. Out of all, keep Byard, but
Dak Cunningham's contract is heavy too.
Yeah.
Was it Worldview TV? Yeah, hey, bro, you're right, man. It's
Yeah.
cold out there, bro. It's snowing right out my window right now, man.
You know what? This is a nice comment. Keep continuity. I think that's the problem. Continuity. And we got a $5 super chat from Rashid.
Rashid.
Need the king to reign with some RPO if the line holds up.
Yep. That's a big if, by the way, Rashid. But we agree, sir. We do agree, man. So, Rashid. Do.
Boom.
Rashid in the building. Appreciate it, Rashid.
You know what's crazy? When we run into issues like this, the offensive line tends to block pretty good when it's held by string. The San Francisco game I look at last year, it was held by string. Taylor went out and we blocked pretty well. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Should we draft an offensive lineman in the first round or second round? I'm gonna be honest with you. My thought on this is I would say go out in free agency and get you an offensive lineman, somebody that's already proven, and I can take Taylor's contract or whoever's contract and put it towards that particular offensive line because I can plug him in day one and I know, hey, he's proven, he's been with this team, he's done this, that, and the third. And then if I want to, I can go out and draft a third round offensive lineman or a guard or somebody and say, come in here and do what you got to do. Because I still like Nate Davis. I know a lot of people, I like Nate Davis. What about you, Hawk?
Yeah, my thoughts on it, again, it could change because, the draft is a while from now. So I ain't going to put this in stone. But what I'd say is, based on where we are right now anywhere between 25 and 28, I would not draft an offensive lineman at that spot unless you trade up. You trade up top 5, you draft you an offensive lineman 100%. At that spot, I would draft a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And to Jacques' point, I totally agree, Jacques. If you do that, if you draft where we are now, you pick up an offensive lineman in free agency for sure. Mm-hmm. You cut Taylor Lewan, you cut some fat and bring in a beast of a left tackle. You know what I'm saying? For real. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly. And let's see. Volcano says, I think Malik does better because we have a deep threat. If you bring in a deep threat, that's another thing I've been clamoring about. Have y'all seen what Khalif Raymond's been doing for the Lions? Khalif Raymond ran a punt return, a kick return back?
Yeah, he's making plays, man.
He's making plays. I don't get it, but hey, do your thing. We need speed. We don't have speed, guys. We need speed on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, specifically at receiver. DeMarcus Robinson? What was the kid from SMU that we had in here preseason?
Yeah,
was it Robinson? Roberson? Yeah,
Roberson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speed. I don't know why Vrabel don't like. If I gotta criticize Vrabel on something, it's like speed, bro. You need to bring in speed. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you can have big brutes, but we need speed. If we had speed, I think we'd be okay. So Jay,
I was looking at Khalif Raymond's numbers this year. He's got 39 catches for 454 yards this year. Wow. He has no touchdowns. That's interesting.
Wow.
But he's good at 11, almost 12 yards a catch. That's pretty good. So, okay. Right. All right. Just check. I was looking at his stats.
Yeah. Tennessee T says David and Petit Farrell solid. Yes, they are. They're that's your future. That's your future.
We hope.
We talking about
Nate Davis.
Yeah, he hurt his knee. Yeah.
I think Nate Davis could cash. I think he get some cash next year.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep, he can. Right. Nate Davis can get some cash. We got enough. Sean Britton.
Sean coming through.
Hey,
Jesus Christ, Sean, brother, you spending some cash today, bro. Appreciate
it, man.
He says, I agree with JB about the shutdown DB, but man, we need to focus on getting a solid receiver. At some point, you're going to have to spend. So I suggest we do like the Dolphins and spend big on a wide receiver and pick an offensive lineman in the free agency. I can't read enough, my brother. Damn right.
Sean Britton, dude. Hey, bro. You are definitely the caller of the day, bro.
Yes,
Sean. Hey, we do appreciate it, bro. Hey, we give him 2 booms on this one, man. Do-do-do-do. Ooh. Do-do-do-do. Ooh. Sean Britton standing on top of the building, man. He's not only in the building, he's on top of the building.
Right.
Sean Britton, we appreciate it. We naming the building Sean Britton Building, bro.
Yes,
we appreciate it, man.
Yes,
we do, man.
Sir. All right, so Nate the Great says we need a 3rd round speed demon if we can get. Yeah, I agree. Because if that's the case, say if you do bring back Tannehill, what they said they were going to do in the offseason, we're going to build around Tannehill and bring him in some weapons and blah, blah. I didn't do nothing. Shut up, okay? The good thing is you already have a Traylon Burks who's your solid number 1, right?
Yeah.
You bring speed and you start to add it up. Build it like how the Eagles got their team. If you want to take it, the minus AJ Brown, because we know we done, that ship is sailed. But bring him in. You see what I'm saying? Jalen Hyatt, I like this. He ain't gonna be there though. Jalen ain't gonna be there. You think Jalen will be there?
It's gonna be tough for him to be there. If he is there, you draft him. You
got I think Josh Brown from North Carolina. You know who I'm talking about with that?
I think I have.
Downs.
I've seen North Carolina play.
Yeah, Josh Downs, number 11. That joker, he's pretty solid too. I've
seen North Carolina because North Carolina's got a really good quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so Lion King, I guess this is a question. He says, think it's time to blow it all up. No. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let me say this, I'm gonna go two ways. If we didn't draft Traylon Burks, Nicholas Petit-Frere, Rogers McCrary, if you didn't draft those guys last year, and we kind of rolled with what we had, and we traded AJ Brown, and we went with Nick Akina Westbrook, Cody Hollister, we didn't have no receivers, then yes, you might need to look at kind of breaking the ship apart. But you got foundational pieces, my friend. And as Hawk always says, you're a playoff rebuilding team.
Yep.
It is what it is. So you blow this thing up. That'll be silly. But no, don't blow it up. Add to it.
Add to it. We got key pieces, man. Add to it. We're still in a terrible division. Add to it. That all plays a factor for sure.
Yep.
So we'll get a few more questions, y'all. Yeah, Josh Downs. Yeah, yes. I seen somebody with the receiver, Quentin Johnson from TCU. I've seen him.
Yep.
Tall receiver number 1.
Yep.
He won't be available.
He said, okay, so every time you say that, we getting the players. So he said, hey, man, I kind of start early on the draft, man. I kind of start early in the Hawk. I'm actually looking now. Like, if I see we need pieces and need people, I kind of do it on my own and just start paying attention. Hey, he'll be good. So, guys, you remember our draft show? I don't know if you guys remember our draft show. And I had us drafting Tyreek Woodland. Where is Tyreek Woodland going? I think it was him and Sauce Gardner, the only rookies that have made it to the Pro Bowl.
That's right.
Imagine if we would have picked up to Tyreek Woodland, Hawk.
Right.
Just imagine.
Yeah, I know it.
Only knock I had on him coming out of college was his technique. I'm like, he just learned if he learns how to get his technique right, that joke was what, 6'2", 6'3"? Yeah. He's amazing.
No, he's actually 6'4".
Okay, excuse me. He's 6'4".
Yep.
Amazing. So Marvin Harrison Jr., I
would say this about the draft for me. The last 2 or 3 years on our draft show, in the positions we've drafted in the rounds, I've been at about like 90%.
Yep.
The positions I say we would draft in those rounds is pretty much on point, man.
Yep. Hawk is on the rounds. I'm on the talent. And I'm like, this joker gonna be good.
Yep.
Guys, if you want to watch our draft show, y'all need to watch. Pay attention to us when we talk about
on the draft show. We dive deep in the draft show.
Yes. Are you talking about Joey Porter Jr.? Are you talking about? He's the guy that plays for Penn State. He's the DB. Yeah. He's
Joey Porter's son.
Yes.
Yep. That
Joey Porter was
at Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes.
And Joey Porter Jr. is like 6'2" at corner too.
Yes. Hawk, have you noticed a lot of corners that are coming out of college are 6 foot and above? Remember back in our day, we were kind of tall for playing DB. It was taboo. They would move us to linebacker or safety, right? But to play corner at 6'2", 6'3", that's you pretty got it. You'll get drafted. Let me say this. Let's say this is what if scenario, but would it even be possible to get AJ Brown back? No. No.
I'm gonna tell you this, Alex. The answer is no. But I would say I still think AJ didn't want to leave here.
He did.
He's close. Only Philadelphia that AJ Brown knew about was Philadelphia, Mississippi. And from those in the South know where Philadelphia, Mississippi is actually a city in Mississippi, not too far from where he's from. And so I think he's not coming back. But I know underneath it all, he's like, man, damn, I hate missing the South because Philly's not like Nashville. It's not, if you're from the South, man, it's hard living somewhere else, man, like up north or on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? It is, man. He's a South dude. So, but no.
Yep. It's a different pace, different food, different flavor. Nah, you're right, Hawk. You're right. And but TV, I like this. We need a GM, again, a progressive GM, somebody that's like aggressive. Like, and I can't say John Robinson wasn't aggressive because he tried. John Robinson tried. I got to give credit to where credit is due. John Robinson got this team up and running. He just couldn't keep the ship selling. He just couldn't
Right.
do it, right? And I
Yeah,
think
he couldn't keep. Yeah, he just couldn't keep them.
yeah.
Now the 2020 in the draft, I said they were bad drafts. The two that was bad, they were. But the good drafts he had, he couldn't keep them.
Right.
Only like 4 or 5 of the draft picks he had signed that second contract. That's huge. That's
Right.
huge.
Right. That's fun.
Really missed him. But
it's Stanley. No, Stanley right down the street. We in Memphis, but he's still right down the street.
Yeah, man.
Team
Philadelphia, Mississippi. Yeah,
that's funny. Let's see here, and you know what? It helped Jalen Hurts. It really helped.
Facts,
it elevated Jalen Hurts to the point where he's an MVP candidate. And again, that's what we're saying. We're saying, hey, if you build around the core pieces that you have, you're good. Imagine if Tannehill had a speed threat. Imagine if he had a speed demon out there.
Yep,
and all thing he has to do is throw it up. He did with Khalif Raymond. He had Khalif Raymond. He would throw it up. So why would you break up that continuity? That was stupid.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro. Philadelphia, Mississippi only has 6,900 people that live there, Jacques. Yep.
Wow.
Titan Ross said he went outside. Let me check outside real quick.
Yeah. Is it still snowing, Hawk? I know you could.
He's in Franklin. I'm not that far from Franklin. Let me check.
And I'm not that far. Well, I'm far from Franklin, but I'm in Smyrna.
Yeah.
But is it still snowing?
Yeah, it is still snowing. It's still snowing.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Guys, I'm gonna try to make it to the game. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the game.
Yeah. We're supposed to have a big Christmas thing in my house tomorrow. Like families coming from out of town and have it in my house. Yeah. I heard it's snowing in Memphis too, by the way. My family in Memphis said the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, it's game.
He says quit snowing. Well, it's snowing a little bit still out this way. But more than anything, the ground is covered. I mean, y'all know how it is in the South. For us, an inch of snow, we're overreacting. You know, so we're like, oh my God, it's snowing. I talked to family living in Chicago, like, man, that ain't no damn snow.
No,
y'all ain't got no snow. Y'all got dandruff out there, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Max Sumter says we don't need a cornerback since we have Fulton, Molden, McQuarrie, right? Are we going to replace one of those guys? Now, the Fulton piece is interesting because, correct me if I'm wrong, he's coming up. He'll be coming off his rookie contract soon.
Yeah, it'd be after next year.
Yeah. He's been hurt. Okay, so that's another thing. And I think that's what hurts him is his hurt. Now, the good thing he can't ask for $1 billion. So you can definitely, if the new GM, and this, guys, you got to remember, this is if the new GM wants to keep these guys. Because the new GM can come in and say, you know what, I want to go a different direction.
Yep.
I see our team looking a different way. I see our defense looking a different way. So those type of things we just don't know. Like,
we don't know.
Right? We don't.
I told you, that's why I told you about Malik Willis even. The GM might want to do something different. We don't know the future of this team right now.
Yep.
Because the GM changes all that. So I got family in the comments section real quick, Jacques.
Yeah.
Tosa, what up? What up, Tebow? What's good, bro? What's happening?
No.
Love all the way from Memphis, bro. You know how it is, man. Hey, you know how Christmas is, man, with the fam, bro. It's all right, man.
Yes,
what
sir.
up? What's up?
Yes, sir.
We got Kyrie something, by the way, too, Tebow. So, yeah.
It's ice here. So Stanley says it's ice here in Mitten. Ooh, shoot. That's another thing. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yep.
I don't know. Ooh, it's icy. As Gucci Man say, it's so icy outside. Ooh, wee.
Yep.
Yes, Nate the Great, you're right.
Oh,
that Nashville draft was the best draft.
It was amazing, man.
Me and Hawk were there.
Yeah.
I still got video of that stuff, man. That's the AJ Brown and Jeffrey Simmons draft. Ain't that something?
Yep. Wow. Yep. So many people had my two sons with me too, man. And I have never been around that many people in my life. And I was looking at the World Cup, in Argentina, where it's 4 million people. And where we were, it was 500,000. And I was like, oh my God, it was actually driving me crazy. And think about 4 million.
People.
That's crazy.
You couldn't even move, man. You couldn't even move. That's how crazy it was. Bro. And then that's too when Reggie Wayne said what he said, and the Colts have been trashed ever since.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man. So. Well, we'll go one more question, y'all. We'll go one more question. I know it's late. I know some people said, y'all come on late. Hey, We got families, we got things we got to get done before we get on this show. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly.
Yep. So, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this. We appreciate y'all being on the show here with us, man.
We
really do. We really freaking do, man. We love y'all, man. We love y'all for real.
We got some of the best, man. Hey, subscribers, man. Y'all smart. Y'all know y'all football. Hey, every comment will get read. Trust me. You know how we do. So thank y'all, man, for rocking with us.
For real, man.
Says, is there a chance that Vapor will do it all? I guess you mean win the Super Bowl.
Or be the GM? Is that what he's
are you referring to the GM or are you talking about Super Bowl? Can you clarify your question?
Yeah. So
we got a $2 super chat from Sean again. Golly, said great show. Have a good night, guy. Hey, appreciate it.
Sean Britton, we appreciate that, man. We really do, man. Hey, we sticking to the script, man. Sean Britton, boom. Sean Britton once again on top of the building, and we got
Danko with the super stick. Danko in the building, bro.
Danko in the building, big time Malik Willis supporter, man. He's been calling for Malik all season, man. Hey, he's here. He's here, Danko. He's here, bro. He's here. Danko Hawkins. Boom. I'm gonna get him another one, Jacques. Boom. Danko Hawkins in the building, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. You know, hey, we gotta have it, man. We gotta have it, bro.
Yes,
we
sir.
Definitely gonna bring y'all a show, man. Definitely,
for sure. And hopefully in our post game, man, we'll be talking about how we beat the Texans, man. I'm more optimistic than I am than last. I don't know if y'all saw our pregame last week. Jacques and I both was kind of like, nah, I don't think we're gonna beat the Jags. We just had that thought. We were right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. So cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all, we do appreciate everybody joining in on the show, man. We had almost 90 people here in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with us late. We appreciate it for sure. As you all know, man, we love doing the live chop up. We appreciate everybody joining in. It's always great talking Titans with you all. You guys know about the Titans to the core. And so that helps us out too. You know, sometimes you all will bring up something like, that's a hell of a point, right? That happens a lot. Like, that's a hell of a point. And Jacques and I will talk offline like, man, that one comment, I say, man, that's a hell of a point. So I would say as well too, for those that, you know, again, we appreciate you all. Thank you, Rashid. Thank you. So for those as well that, you know, we are everywhere on the internet. We're on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. Latoya P, good night to you as well, ma'am. You can check us out on Titans Weekly 24/7 on Twitter. We're also on TikTok at Tennessee Titans Weekly as well. So, hey, check us out, man. And we got some supporters as well. You know, check out Jacques, you know, cool movie reviews as well. The link is in the description. Check it out. If you like music, check out Cold Low Beats. That's in the link as well, too.
Hey, guys,
you know
it's about me to interrupt you. Hey, Hawk does his beats. I use one of his beats on my intro to my channel. Hey, check it out, man. Hawk Dude,
check it out.
Multi-talented over here, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't just do tight. We got a lot of things that we do out here, man, for sure. But yeah, man, we appreciate it. And you know, one thing I forgot is it is cold outside, right? It's cold.
Dude.
So for those that like to, you know, wear hoodies and things, man, we got hoodies for sale, man. Check them out. Our hoodies are off the chain. We got long socks. We got hats. Check us out on Teespring. The description's at the bottom as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as Hawk says, check it all out. And when you do cop that merch, man, if you cop the merch, put it on social media, man. Tag us, add us, let us know. Let us see you with your shirt on and everything, man. We definitely pub it up. But again, hey, when you guys do check out those platforms, please subscribe, like, and share the content. Get the content out there, man. We still trying to grow our channel. You know what I mean? I know we got other channels out there that done exploded, but we trying to get on the same level. You feel me? But hey, again, I would try to go to the game Saturday, but we're going to try to get this dub. And if we missed your question, just wait on the post game. We go live again and we'll answer it again. So
absolutely,
take us out, man.
Absolutely. We hope everyone, you know, today is what? What's today's date? The 27th. My
22nd.
Brother's birthday, by the way.
And happy
Mark
birthday,
the Skeptic. If you're watching the show, happy birthday to you.
Birthday, bro.
Happy birthday to you, Mark the Skeptic. I already talked to you and everything, but just happy birthday again to you on this blessed day, man. Christmas is in 3 days. So the Titans play on Saturday. Christmas is what day? What day is Christmas? Sunday. Okay, so I think so we might not we'll definitely do the post game, but maybe the day after Christmas. We'll see what's up.
Probably.
But if we don't have another show before, around Christmas, man, we want to say happy holidays to everybody, man, here from the Titans Weekly family, man. Y'all got a beautiful family. I have a beautiful family, man. So from our family to y'all, man, we just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody as well, man. I hope everyone is in the right cheer. I know Christmas a lot of times is very stressful. I get it. Jacques has children. I have children. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Christmas shopping is no joke. And that's why
expensive, dog.
I got no hair. You know what I'm saying? But
it's expensive.
it's expensive. Especially, man, golly. Whoo, yes. But you know what, man? But we've been blessed, man, and our family as well. And we just hope everyone is doing okay out there and doing the holidays, man. For real. Sure. It's a stressful time, but we hope everybody's doing okay and blessed and everything for the holidays.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Hawk. And it's saying inside Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, well, cool, y'all. Well, as we always say, man, I want to say happy holidays, but we're gonna say it. Facts.
No paper.